Welcome back to another e-tutorial video from Institute for English Language Education. I am Ajahn Paitoon Suchanpan. Today, I have a very interesting topic to talk about, that is how to pronounce ed ending sounds correctly. Now, you may have a question. Why do you have to study this? It's pretty easy for me. I totally understand how you feel. But let me tell you this. What makes ed ending sounds so difficult for English language learners is that those sounds are not reflected in written English. That's why I'm here today, to explain the concepts of how to pronounce ed ending sounds to you. First of all, you need to know when you have to use ed forms. Well, you can use ed forms to talk about something that happened in the past, and in this video, I'm going to only focus on regular past forms. In other words, verbs that end with ed. You can also use ed forms as past participle. For example, the children were punished by their teacher. Or, I have used their service before. Before we get into that, please be careful that the pronunciation of ed ending sounds depends on the final sound of a verb, not the spelling of the verb. Let that information sink in for a second. Okay, allow me to illustrate my point to make you understand more. The verb cough is not spelled with an F, but the final sound is cough. Another example is the verb fix, written with an X, but the final sound is fix. There are three ways of how to pronounce ed ending sounds: id, d, and t. Let's begin with the easiest one here, id. For regular verbs that end in a sound t or d, the ed ending sound is pronounced as id. For example, start, started, invite, invited, need, needed, and decide, decided. Now, repeat after me. You have to speak up, alright? Here we go. Started, invited, needed, decided. Good job, everybody. Let's move on to the second and third ed ending rule. Allow me to explain these two together. The pronunciation of the ed ending in these two rules depends on whether the last sound of the verb is voiced. If regular verbs end in voiced sounds, when you put ed at the back, it will be pronounced as d. However, regular verbs that end in unvoiced sounds will have t at the back. Now, you may have a question. How do I know which sounds are voiced or unvoiced? Okay, listen. These are the examples of voice sounds and all vowel sounds. So when words end in those sounds, you have to pronounce ed as d. For example, smell, smelled, save, saved, clean, cleaned, and rob, robbed. Now is your turn. Repeat after me, everybody. Smelled, saved, cleaned, and robbed. Good job, everybody. 2 down, 1 left. The last final ed ending sound is pronounced as t. Here are the examples of unvoiced or voiceless sounds. Again, when verbs that end in those sounds, t is pronounced. Let's look at the examples of the words together. Look, looked, clap, clapped, miss, missed, and watch, watched. Now, say it together, everybody. Looked, clapped, missed, and watched. Great job! So next time, when you want to talk about an action that happened in the past, or use past participle, don't forget 3 final ed ending sounds that I talked about today. First, use id after verbs that end in t or t. Second, use d after verbs that end in voice sounds and other vowel sounds. Last but not least, use t after verbs that end in unvoiced sounds. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check out other e-tutorial videos as well. Until next time, bye!